like where I am now, I never dream. I never, like 18, 20 years old, thinking like, I want to do that. No, it was like one step in front of the other. When I didn't know what to do, I went and asked for help. Then I realized later on that it's so important, and I cannot stress enough. It's so important to have people around you that they can keep your hand and keep going and support you to grow.
Welcome to a new episode of Most Memorable Journeys. My gorgeous guest today is a young lady that I have met for various reasons, but today we are going to talk something about something completely different. She's an accountant, and you may now think, what is an accountant doing on Elizabeth's podcast? Because she does all sorts of other exciting things, which we are now going to discover. Welcome to Most Memorable Journeys, Laura-Stefania Efthimiou.
Thank you very much, Elizabeth. You make me laugh. First of all, the young part. So thank you very much for that. Thank you for having me on your lovely podcast. And yes, as a background, I'm an accountant with a bachelor degree and a master in business administrations.
I know, and that is a lot. I mean, well done. And for the fact, I mean, when one has a dream and wants to do something different, you still have to eat, don't you? You still have to, somebody has to pay the bills. So I think many people sometimes want to do something different and they give up what they do. And I believe that's wrong, because you need a backup plan. It's fine to try something, but you need safety and security. Plus you have a gorgeous boy.
Yes, indeed. So I can say that it's my safety net, because back then, and when I was finished the high school and I was needed to go out and choose a job, as many teenagers, I didn't have a clue what I want to do. Okay, even though I was attracted as a hobby and a passion for arts and crafting. And I've done 4 years of arts and school in Romania, where I'm born. My father said, like, it's better for you to try the accountancy part. Being in a communist country, it was a safety way to have the food and to have a better life. So I listened to my parents, strange enough, and I've done the university, then life come across and I've done the master. And 8 years ago, I can say 6 actually, I decided to take my passion to the business level. So now at the moment, I'm doing both.
Yeah, we're not talking about that yet.
Yes, that's why I didn't say anything.
I want to go back to what you said. You were born in Romania. Romania, at the time when you were born, was still a communist country, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. And I am the generation that is the survival generation, because when I finished my high school, I'm 50 years old, okay? So I'm born in 74. The communist area was coming down in 1989, okay, in December. So I get through the whole life, 18 years of the communist area. So I remember how we used to go to the supermarket, stay in the queue, have the bread on the coupon, being allowed to have 1 liter of oil every month only. Again, on the card, we have a card that we always need to go to punch to receive the oil. We didn't have luxury on the supermarkets and everything. The school, it was school with a uniform, very strict. We had like a white band and so on and so on. Of course, no mobiles. No, it was totally a different generations. I get in Romania, the system is that when you go to high school, you get an exam, and after 2 years, you get another exams, and when you finish, after 2 years, you get another exam. So me, I was the last generation with this type of education, because in 89, when the communist regime came down, the system changed. Is no exams anymore. So we are like between timelines, our generation. Survival, living in a communist area, born and living in a communist area, and then survive and try to adapt to the changes that come after.
Yeah, and those changes were not easy at the beginning because I think in communist countries, everybody was used to a certain amount of safety. You know, had a job, you got free education, you didn't get much food, but you still, it was more, it was done for you. I think at the beginning, this would have been quite difficult.
Yes, it's true. You have this, you know, that you finish the school and it was like anyone and everyone has a guaranteed job somewhere. Okay. So you could dream about, you could take an apartment alone. You can, like my parents, they're starting to get apartments and the loan, even the fork and knives and plates and everything. So you can build a life. Yes, you will pay for it, but the job, it was secure. So you could go to the bank and take the loan and actually make a life of yourself. It was that stability and safety. The changes which they come slowly, slowly, they take away these things. So this incertitude, this we don't know what's happened next day. It was really difficult to adapt and to find ways to survive and to keep going.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. But you didn't do that and you didn't stay. What happened?
What happened when I finished my high school and I get to my university in the second year, my dad died, unfortunately, and we are kind of little bit struggle on financial part. So someone knows someone, you know how it's happening, and my mom come and arrive in Cyprus for work. Back then, we're talking about 1996 when she come. Back then, as a Romanian citizens, you will need like a visa to work and so. And me and my brother, we actually visiting her every summer and winter when it was my holidays until 2000 when I decided to come and join and stay in Cyprus. So here I am. Since 2000, I'm on Cyprus. I was living abroad at a certain time and I'm still here. 20 years later, I'm still living in my house and my life is in Cyprus.
Well, Laura, if you came here in 2000, it's 25 years. As an accountant, you should know that it's not.
Yes, but count the 96 where it was the holidays as well.
Anyway, yeah, I mean, and that's an interesting story as well that you are telling me because in those years, people like your mom, they had to leave their children or left their children behind. You weren't children anymore. You were grown-ups, but still, they left to go and work in another country to send money home.
Yes, that's true. That's true. It was difficult for her. Imagine that me being her age, it was around 52 when she came in Cyprus, leave everything, start fresh from the beginning, new environment, new mentality, don't know the language, like the challenges going on and on and on, just to be able to have that extra money for me to finish the university. When she understands that Cyprus is better in that condition and work-wise, she advised my brother as well, which is 5 years older than me, to come on Cyprus to work for a better life. So yes, she struggled, she sacrificed, but somehow she gave us the opportunity for a better life.
Yes, and that's what many people do in this world. And I think many people who don't have to do this don't realize how blessed and lucky they are that they have a normal life.
Looking back, like, family home where I grow up and things like that doesn't exist anymore. Like with me here in this house, I have, I believe that 3 items. That one it was to my grandmother and some pictures. But like my son is blessed to live in the house that's been born, and this is his house, and this is like is taking with him because I'm not intending to go another country. Who knows? But I don't have that. I don't have. I need to go to the pictures or to remember how it was my childhood and what I live and what is my experience back then.
That's not easy. So when you go to Romania, how do you feel?
Look, for me, Romania, it's not home anymore. I'm going traveling and I'm going as a tourist. Yes, I'm talking Romanian language. I have part of the family there. We're not that close, I can say. But for me, Romania is just, I was there, is a chapter in my life. But my house and everything, it's here in Cyprus. I feel home here. So it's kind of my peace that I need to live. I don't have those connection anymore, and it's my past and
Yeah.
stays in the past.
And it's what made you the person you are today, I believe. And it's a part of your growing process. You also worked and lived in Ireland.
Yes, indeed.
How was that? Was that
And
before your son was born?
yes, and it was in 2003. So I had already 2 years, 2002, end of 2002, when I meet my first husband, which is a Romanian guy, that he was working in Ireland, in Dublin. So it was better for me. We get in love, we get engaged. So we had the decision, shall I go in Ireland or him to join me in Cyprus? So for the legal part of it, because Cyprus was going a new EU in 2004, it was easy for me, who I was becoming a Cypriot citizen by then, by 2003, to join in Ireland and find job and live there. So here I am. In March 2003, I went to Ireland and I stayed there for 8 years.
And did you have a good time in Ireland? Did you like Ireland?
I love Ireland. I love the landscape, the sciences, the mentality. It was like obviously a country that has everything. It was little bit after the Celtic Tiger boom, where everything it was nice. It was financial paradise. We bought a house. I was working for Microsoft. I was the deputy manager cash collection for Europe on Microsoft. And I was going to work in a very luxury premises and with a canteen and Starbucks coffee and everything. So it was a really, really, really nice dream. Obviously, going out, and I'm a nature person, and I like to go to travel and see things. All those greenery in Ireland is just amazing. The weather is little bit. Let's not talk about. It's very cold, but as a country, I really love. Unfortunately, I decided to leave him and to return on Cyprus. So I left Ireland and I returned on Cyprus around 2009. So since then, I live another 3 months in London when I meet my second husband. And then we decided that London is not for me because it's too cold, and we return on Cyprus. So since then, I'm on Cyprus.
So that life in Ireland and all that rain and all that greenery, that's a lot of moss, isn't it?
Yes, indeed. And funny enough, I didn't pay attention of moss back then. Yes, of course, on the tree and the forest, but I didn't click with me. Okay, moss I discovered it after the second divorce in 2009, in the summer of 2009.
Because the way I started this conversation and saying that you're an accountant, I hadn't mentioned moss yet, but I think this is one of the things that we really want to discuss in this podcast episode, because this is your passion and this is something that you do as a side business. And from what I see and observe, it has become quite big. Tell our listeners what I am talking about.
Okay, so I can say that I'm an accountant and an art biophilic designer. I'm using moss, which is a natural herb, let's say, that you can find it in the forests, and Ireland, and Norway, in Scandinavia, and the countries that is really cold. This material is allowed to get preserved with the process, and it's maintained, and after that has a lifetime span, 8 to 10 years. So this become the latest interior design trend that incorporates architecture with greenery. And the idea is to bring the nature inside of your living space. So what I'm doing now as a site, as a business that come for the last 6 years, I'm designing biofilling art. We're creating workshops. We actually bringing moss in Cyprus and let people know the benefits of this, because in Europe and in America, at least in Europe, it's available since 15 years ago, starting the whole idea from a man who was want to bring the nature inside of the living space with no maintenance. So he find a way.
So it's kind of for people who don't understand or don't know yet what this is, you can, for example, create a logo of a company in moss.
Yes, moss becoming so versatile because it's literally easy to work with. So you can design a wall paper. You actually can create the main focus behind this is like to create inside of a living space and a restaurant and an office a focal point when you get to that room. The focal point can be a wall design, can be a big frame, can be an arrangement on a table, can be a logo of a company. This is something much more trendy, let's say. Even though it's green, and it's not just green, has 40 colors available, because you can, originally it's a white color, but it's colored with the coloring food. So it's becoming 40 colors available for commercial purposes. Yet green is the one that is most used because it's associated to the idea bring the nature inside of your living space. So even you create these big spaces, and it's nice and it's soft to touch, moss has health benefits behind of it, creating a balance of humidity between the excess and low humidity. It's increasing productivity in the call centers, and Google has it, and the airports, and the offices, and the hospitals. Because when you see green and you see and it's soft, you are more productive, you are more relaxed, you perform better, okay? And the big advantage of everything is coming because it doesn't require any maintenance. No watering, no dusting, no nothing. Actually, it's like where you put that frame or where you create that focal point, it stays there with 2, 3 difficult technical conditions, let's say. Rather than that, you don't need to do anything. So that's why it's like something new, something nice, and coming with such a life time frame, 8 to 10 years.
Interesting, because people cannot see us, but I can see that background, which is so green. And just looking at that in this summer heat in Cyprus, it makes me feel cooler.
Yes.
And I think this is something that in today's world, many companies have integrated in a company culture. It is important what staff is surrounded with. In the old days, we just had white walls and a chair and a desk. But I think all these things are becoming more and more important for productivity.
Yes, it's like the employee, you're looking like to have a holistic place when he's going to work, like from alternatives of food that they're serving on the canteens, from the environment, from the green plants. So it's very important to have a well-being on the place that you're working. So that's why most has the advantage that, and versus the fresh flowers that you don't need to watering. You can go on a holidays with no thinking, oh my God, what I'm doing. Like, can I call the neighbor to water the plants and so on? It's very soft on the touching. There are therapies in Europe that they are using people, and the one that they have issues with, let's say, nervous system, to do activities and to touch the moss just to relax the nerves, because it's doing this characteristic. So there are many benefits coming together with the beautiful thing that you see something green around yourself. And any one of us, we want something different in our house. We want something to enjoy and to be happy when we have around us.
Yeah, and you just mentioned house because we were talking about companies and logos and stuff, but it of course can also go in a house. It can be a wall in a house or on a frame. It can be in many places.
Could be in the ceiling, could be in the wall, could be in the bathroom, could be in the bedroom. So you can actually put it anywhere in the place. Must be an indoor place. The one that I'm using, it's indoor. There are other types of moss. There are other types of colors and techniques that you can use it from outside walls. That is something else. Not advised in Cyprus because we have high temperature. But you can use it in the restaurant, in the office, pharmacies, hotels. These there are places that I've done work and we have moss placed on this location. It's not just houses or the companies.
But you don't only create your own stuff, you also do workshops.
Yes, the funny thing of the workshop started like 2 years ago because myself, I love very much the flowers, the fresh flowers. Okay, so I said like, okay, I want to learn something other new techniques to see how can we combine together with more. So I start to look for workshops in Cyprus, And I found in Nicosia, it was too late, the hours, all the stuff. So I said, okay, if I don't find, let me create one. So we done our first workshop in September 2 years ago. And the idea behind the workshop, okay, is that every single person nowadays, we running after our life, after from the morning until the end of the day to do all the tasks, okay, work, wife, friends, mother, and so on. And we don't have time to pause and to reflect, okay, and to connect with our souls and what we want. So we come with the idea to offer a space where you can come with alone or with your loved ones or with the children's, whatever. It's not necessary to come with someone. You can come alone with no experience required. So then we'll provide for you that space, that time, the material that you need, and you actually create something on those hours. You connect, you reflect, you enjoy, and you take home your design. And that is actually creating a memory because that it's lasting. So we had couples that they come together, mother and daughter, like 60 years old, the mother and the daughter 40, the other way around, like the children 7, 8 years old with the parents. So it was like amazing to see them that they didn't like in the beginning, maybe the husband, they didn't want to come to do that. And then they don't want to leave because they enjoy it so much. So it's something that it's unexpected, it's different, and it's creating a memory. It's creating something that will last, a need. It's offering a need that people looking on these days for them.
And you also said that it's the material is nice to touch. It's good for your senses. And another reason why I think people don't want to leave is because you also give them wine.
Yes. So next time you should come on also. We have the wine one. We try to partner or we try to find the sponsors. And I can say that I was lucky enough to work with people that they're offering like vegan snacks, wine from Romania to advertising the beauty of Romania. So why not? Like collaboration, it's very good and empowering for any business. So yes, the rosé wine, it was really nice for the on the last event.
And also, if somebody is listening here and wants Laura to come to New York or to Singapore or somewhere, if you pay for her flight and for her hotel accommodation, she will come and give a workshop. Will you?
That's true. And this is something that was happening in Dubai. And I want to repeat the experience. In Romania, in April, Dubai, it was last year, and in April this year, in the beginning, it was in Romania, where I create frames and everything, it was paid by them. So, yes, indeed, I can fly and come and do. The beauty is that I'm working with the raw material that I'm importing it because you don't find it in Cyprus. We're selling as well the raw material. But the beauty is that I'm working with the client. I'm working with I'm looking on the whole as a holistic approach, as a whole, where you will put this design, what is the color that suits you, what you like, what type of green, this or that, what color of the wood, it's your furniture where the design will go, because you don't want to create something, stick it on the wall and be outside of everything. Biophilic designs means energy flows through the room, through the elements, to have the continuity, to have the fluidity. So you need to integrate, incorporate the design with what is existing on that room already, on the whole house or office or so on so.
Fantastic. But you also do something else. I have noticed, I don't know when, but you also decorate events. You do, that's not moss, that's other materials that you use.
The designs with the decorating the events, okay, in the beginning it was the idea how to make myself known in Cyprus, because obviously non-Cypriots living in Cyprus, we don't have these big families and support to assist us when we want to have the sales and so and the recognition. So one of the way I find the way that networking will assist, and on the events that happen in this networking, maybe I can be an exhibitor, maybe I can decorate the event. So we receive, like an example, Diaspora Forum start with them and they want something different with moss. But the second year in the row, because we are the exclusive decorator, they want something with fresh flowers. So I was like, okay, fresh flowers, here we go. We come again with the fresh flowers. I've done the fresh flowers and I incorporate moss, but less moss than the main attraction. It was the fresh flowers. So the offers come to us. I didn't say no. It was a challenge for me. It was something that I wished to do it for a long time ago, and I've done it. And not just done it, I've done it great. So, yes, the decoration of the events and the weddings and christening and parties, I can use your or moss, I can use other foliage, let's say, and flowers and so on. And we create what actually the client would like to have and to see in their spaces.
And I also know that you have a helper who I read somewhere you call him the Moss ambassador. That is your son.
Yes, indeed. 6 years ago, I divorced for the father of the son, and then all this business with Moss has started. As a friend was coming, another friend was coming, and so on. Slowly, slowly, I trust myself, and I start to see myself doing creation and designs with Moss. Being a single mother, so obviously having a full-time job, having a side passion, and trying to jungle with everything, I realized that one way to do all, I can involve him on my passion. Being small was helping, okay, because it was around 5 years old. So doing us for fun in the beginning, later on become a partner on the team. He gets paid when mommy has workshops. He has his duty, and he's happy. And this way, I managed to have time with him, see him growing, offering something him different that maybe in life he will use it, maybe he will develop another business, maybe it's his choice. But at least my intention it was to have him close to me and to have time together more than put him in the room and me to do something and be away and not be with him. So he likes it. I was lucky. And yes, he's the most ambassador. I was happening times when he was coming home and he say, "Mom, my teacher want a friend. Here we go, the money. You need to do it." I was like, "Excuse me." So that is good. That is good.
Yeah, I think that's a very, very clever idea what you did because he grew up with it, and but because when he was younger he didn't object. Maybe sometimes now when he will become a teenager he may object a little more. But I mean those are the times when they go away anyway, so you won't be spending so much time with them, whether it's moss or not moss.
Yes, that's
But
true. That's true.
before we started recording, you told me something about your growing process, and you said that today, 8 years ago, something important happened.
Yes, indeed. That's why I choose this day, 17th of July 2017. It's a lot of sevens over there. Unfortunately, my husband in the early hours of the morning was diagnosed with leukemia. Even though sounds very devastating, which it was back then, I remember my niece was trembling. Looking back to my 8 years, okay, I am blessed. I'm thank you with gratitude for this journey that I passed through. It wasn't easy. I didn't expect it. I didn't get married to get through this one. Okay, I was with him. We passed together the sickness. He's very wealthy and good now. We have a wonderful relationship as well with his son as well. He's in Cyprus. But I need to thank him because I become today that because of that. Okay, he didn't want to get sick, that's for sure, but the whole experience make me to grow, challenging me. It was times when I was screaming, crying, all the above. But my evolutions in the last 8 years, it's fantastic. It's like what I'm now, I never dream. I never like 18, 20 years old thinking like, I want to do that. No, it was like one step in front of the other. When I didn't know what to do, I went and asked for help. Then I realized later on that it's so important, and I cannot stress enough. It's so important to have people around you that they can keep your hand and keep going and support you to grow. Because we meet many people that they say, you cannot do this, and they try to put you down. It's so important to have people positive around you because life is life. Everyone has struggles, various reasons in our life. But the way how you react to this, it makes you stronger, and you have a choice. Either you stay as a victim mode, either you accept, make the best of it, learn if you don't know, and keep growing and keep moving and keep going to the next step. So for me, it was, I remember December 2019, I can say, because this is the way how I met you. So here we go. It was all the posts and everything on Facebook. And I remember, wow, I wish to have this energy and to do all this beautiful stuff that Elizabeth is doing to her age. Okay. So this I will start to follow you, and then somehow I ending up to Global Woman. You must be invite me. So after COVID, I believe that it was in June 2020, something like that. I come to Global Woman and I met you and start our relationship and everything. So I can say that after this day and period that I passed, I discover meditation. I discover personal development. I discover what means manifestation. And it was many times that I was like, they say that is doing that. Let me try. Let me challenge. Let me see if it's happening. So kind of like a little child trying to see it's real. It's real. And I was stunned and to discover that it's working. It's working. It's actually working.
I wish more people would understand that because it is working. And, we are in charge of our thoughts, and we are, we can be either victims or not. But you know what? You did this yourself. Nobody did this for you. Maybe you did it slowly. You took one step after the other. Maybe sometimes you took a step back. That's totally unimportant. What is important is that we never stand still. And even if it's backwards, then maybe it's two in the front. I think you've done a wonderful job. And I also see you now because I watch you, I stalk you on social media everywhere. I have seen you that you were recently in Rome with your son, and I saw how much fun you had.
Yes, that's true. So it was one of my dreams to go in Rome. I've been in Milan and Venice, so I was wanted to go to visit Rome. So we try to have fun. We try to connect, to do stuff with my son. As you say, like he's still a teenager. Okay, so I still have maybe 1 year, and I can do stuff with him. Other than that, like he's already buried in online games and things like that. So it's very important to, as you say, that when something struggle, okay, pause, reflect, accept it. Most important to accept it, and then take a decision, move forward or stay there or learn or and keep develop and keep do something that you like and go in the direction that you like to come. Like when I start the whole thing, I didn't even have a clue where I want to go. It was really and practically I was doing some small decoration with moss. I like it because it was fluffy, colorful. We went to Oroklini Christmas market, which it was over the weekend, 2 days, and I have a sold out. And I was like, wow, first time of my life doing that. So from there was coming the interview in the TV, feedback from the client. So I said, like, you know what? If I've done it, why not? Let's see what else and what else and what else. And here we go. What else? We coming to the point that last year we done an event for 150 people. We're doing workshops and so many others.
Well, I'm going to say what else because we're coming to the end of this recording. But my question to you, Laura, is what else? What is the ultimate dream? If you could just, if I had a magic wand and I could tell you anything is possible, what would you want?
What I want my school of, let's say, art academy. I want a place where me and other people craft that they doing craft any sort of crafts doesn't like it's painting and anything has to do with the hands to be a place where adults and kids, they can come and learn skills, do crafting, do something for themselves.
Well, let's manifest that then.
Yes.
Well, that's more or less everything I wanted to talk to you about. And I want to thank you very much for spending time with me on Most Memorable Journeys today. Laura-Stefania Efthimiou.
Thank you very much, Elizabeth, and keep going what you're doing, because it's a very nice journey to share people's life stories.
If you enjoy my podcast, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. You will find all the information in the show notes.